Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sunday Eats and Treats. It is Super Bowl Sunday, and are you ready to rumble? That's right. The Patriots and the Rams meet today. And yes, as Judie posted, I am a little bummed that the Saints did not make it to the Super Bowl. Oh man, I was just like, come on. They should have won. Hey Debbie, thanks for joining us. And as always, it's a pleasure to have you. Yeah, it's an amazing thing as I look at the NFC playoffs, AFC playoffs leading up to the Super Bowl. And it's always fun to wonder and hope and pray and cheer for your team to see if they'll make it to the Super Bowl. So while I'm talking, I'm going to throw these into the pot because I already got what I'm making today started. So let me throw that in there so I can brown those. So that was 1/4 cup or 1/4 of an onion. So anyway, yes, so when the NFC playoffs were going on and the Saints, you know, a lot of people are blaming the ref for making such a bad call, which, yes, he did, but the Saints had 2 opportunities in the first quarter to get 2 touchdowns on the board, and it would have made all the difference in the game. So, sorry, Saints fan, and I'm the Saints fan since 10th grade. Oh, well, you could have won it, and you just got to go for next year. So, but yeah, so Judie, as you notice, my lovely counterpart is not here. She's off to Oklahoma. She has earned a 4-day retreat with other fitness coaches that she works with. And they are off doing some, just rest, relaxation, but also getting trained by some of the best people in the fitness industry, getting inspired by each other, sharing what they're doing, what's working, what's not. And so she's got 4 days of, making herself a little better, which is hard to do because she's almost perfect anyway. So, but yeah, so today, before we go on with our topic, I'll share with you what I'm making. So being Super Bowl, of course, we got to have some Super Bowl foods. And so I went out and I'm like, all right, what can I find that is reasonably healthy for us to enjoy? And there's still time for you to probably put this one together because it's probably things that you have in your kitchen already. And we are making Enchilada Beef Dip. So it looks, it's actually a BeachBody 21-day FX Fix recipe. And so I've already browned about 1.5 pounds of 97% lean ground beef. So yes, the leaner the better. You could also substitute that for ground turkey. And then I've thrown in 1/4 cup or 1/4 of a diced up yellow onion. So the nice thing about this recipe is you actually can make your own enchilada sauces. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to pour a can of tomato sauce, regular tomato sauce in there. So let me get that open. Throw that in there. Oh yeah. And then we also need 1 can of diced green chilies. Now you could buy some of it already pre-made, have some diced tomatoes. In fact, I just realized I need some diced tomatoes, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one. But yes, so you have diced tomatoes with green chilies. So to add a little bit of, where'd my thing go? Yeah, without Judie, I'm probably not as organized as I should be, but I tried really hard to get that way. So anyway, I'm going to open this up, and we want the tomatoes, the diced tomatoes, and some green chilies in there. I'm going to throw that into our dip, and we'll throw that over there. And I'm going to mix that up so it gets blended. Now, all right, good stuff. Now, as far as spices, so I'm going to put in 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. I'm just going to combine it all together. 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. Forgot what I need. Okay, and I'm gonna throw all that into my mixture. And then I also need to get one more ingredient, which I really meant to do. So let me grab some garlic. So this recipe actually calls for 2 cloves of chopped garlic. We prefer the already pre-diced, pre-minced garlic. It makes it a lot faster. So I need 2 teaspoons of that. So I'm gonna throw that in there. And go boom, boom. All right, I'm gonna mix that up. All right, so I'm gonna, that sucker's hot. So I'm gonna bring this over just to give you a flavor for what we're cooking. Look at that. Okay, now I need to add, the only thing I have left to add is the diced green chilies. So I'm gonna throw that in there. And then I am going to good. I'm gonna let that cook for about probably 5 minutes, let it simmer a bit, and then we will add some other goodness on it. So I've been thinking a lot about, since it's Super Bowl, what it really means to be super, what it means to be great, to earn your place at that level. And I know about 50% of America hates Tom Brady and the Patriots, and 50% love him. So today is going to be a divided nation rooting for your favorite team or against your favorite team. Because I know a lot of people, they do like the Rams, but a lot of people in my circles, they really don't care either way, just as long as the Patriots lose. But you know, it's interesting because this is actually Tom Brady's 9th Super Bowl. Which, love him or hate him, you gotta respect him for getting to the big game 9 times. And what's interesting is when he was drafted, he was the 199th overall draft pick, and he was the 6th draft pick for the New York Patriots. And what's interesting is when he met Mr. Kraft, he said, this organization just made the best decision in bringing me on. And I've thought a lot about that. Is that cocky, or is that a man with a vision and with confidence and going, you know what, I am going to be the best decision they ever made. And I think that is really, really an important thing, because I think it's really more, I'm going to be the best decision the Patriots have ever made and become the best quarterback. And arguably, he has some of the best records that have been set. But I think his real gift is not the strength of his arm, but his ability to read the play and be able to make the best decision. And I think that's an important lesson for all of us. One, a lot of times I think we self-doubt our own greatness. You know, our own capacity to become super, our own capacity to achieve great things. And when you change your mindset and say, you know what, I can become the best in this, or I can improve in this area of my life. I can, improve in my fitness goals, in my personal life, in my employment goals. And when you really change your mindset to go, you know what, I can, or I am. And it's interesting because Judie often talks about this. She goes, when I switch from I can to I am, it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. So maybe what we should be doing is working on saying, I am what I want to become. And in the process, we will become exactly what we are aspiring to be. So now that that's been cooking a few minutes, it's actually gonna, oh yeah, let me show you this again. So, bring this over. Oh yeah, look at that super yumminess. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that just simmer. And then when I'm done, the only thing that's left is sprinkling on a little bit of cheese. Now, the recipe calls for a 1/3 cup of cheese, which is probably a nice tasty amount. And usually cheese and carbs is where we go overboard. So if you're like most of us, we'll probably put a cup of cheese on there when what we really only need is about 1/3, maybe to 1/2 cup of cheese. And the nice thing about this, oh dude, whoa, I'm glad I saw this. I almost forgot the most important recipe, or the ingredient. 2 teaspoons of chili powder. So we got to do that to give us the kick. So let me throw that in there. Glad I caught that. Mix that up. Oh yeah, that's cooking down nicely. Okay, the other thing, you'll notice that I actually cooked that in a cast iron pan. And I specifically chose a cast iron pan because I want to take it to my sister's house where we're going to be watching the Super Bowl in that cast iron pan. And if you know anything about cast iron, it stays warm for a long time. So in my 20-minute travel, I'm not even going to have to worry about that puppy staying nice and warm and ready for us to eat. And now, if you're using the BeachBody cups, measuring cups that came with the 21, that were introduced with 21-day effects, this actually accounts for half of a green, 1 red, and 1 blue. And if you eat 12 homemade tortilla chips, you add a yellow. So, I mean, it's a pretty nice, and that's only a quarter of the pan. So, you could have a nice little meal while you're watching the Super Bowl. So, but yeah, I hope you guys have a super Super Bowl. You have fun with your family because, you know, even though we're not really big fans of either the Patriots or the Rams, we're just having fun as a family, getting together, and some of us are going to pick the Patriots, some are going to pick the Rams, and we're just going to have fun cheering for the other team and getting under people's skin as we, you know, do the smack talk. It's always fun, and of course you can't wait for the commercials, right? So, but anyway, I hope that this week you guys take the time to really look at yourself and shift some of your thinking. Choose to go, you know what, I am great at this. I am good at this. I am going to become this. And in the process, when you start vocalizing and visualizing in your mind and affirming that that can happen, it will happen in your life. So I wish you guys the very best. And before we sign off, I'm going to sprinkle this on, and I got one more tidbit for you. So I'm going to bring this over, and I'm going to put it on the hot pad so you guys can see what I'm doing, because we got to taste it, right? So just sprinkle a little bit of cheese on it. You could also, I thought I had some cilantro, but the cilantro that I had wasn't so good. So last tidbit. So you can either use tortilla chips, or you could add some chili peppers and dip these, but cut them in half and then make these as a dip. So I'm actually going to do that. Grab me a little thing. We're going to try these bad boys. Cut it right in half. And what do you think? Is this going to be a keeper or a loser? So take that. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that yummy goodness. All right, let's see what it tastes. I think it's going to be a little too hot. Judie's always saying, you rush too fast, which she's true. So let's try it. Oh yeah. Guys, you still have time to make these for the Super Bowl. It's 3:15. The game starts at 4:30. What, took me 15 minutes with the stuff, ingredients that I already had in the house. And this is a good, add the peppers. You got a little bit of veggies with your dip, and oh man, good stuff. So anyway, I want to wish my wife a happy 4-day retreat with the ladies, with Ashley and the team. They're well-earned, ladies. Congratulations. I hope you have an awesome time being inspired by each other, motivating each other, working together, learning from each other, and the rest of you guys have a fantastic week. Oh, and 2 other things. 1, if you're liking what we're doing, please like and share. And 2, next Sunday we're going to announce something that Judie and I are working on that we think you're going to like. So next Sunday, stay tuned for Sunday Eats and Treats. We have a new announcement for you regarding a new phase of what we're doing together as part of Choose Don't Excuse. So you guys have a great Sunday and enjoy your time with your family. See ya!